Welcome to Feed Your Mind. Today's topic will be the mainstream response to flat Earth. See, I discovered the flat Earth information back in April or May of 2015. Not sure which month it was exactly, but it was one of those months. And when I discovered it, at the time, there was only one picture of the Earth. One sunlit picture of the Earth. The other pictures of the Earth were, if you do any research, were admitted to be composite images and a collection of satellite data all put together into a globe Earth. So it wasn't a real picture. I mean, most people don't even realize that, because it's not something that people actually realize. It's something that you realize only if you're told to look for. Basically, like the majority of people don't realize that these pictures are fake. You have to look it up yourself. So you had one picture out of all the moon trips. You had one picture up until last year, 2015. See, the mainstream media and NASA has all responded to flat Earth. So NASA responded last year by after the flat Earth information went viral, NASA all of a sudden happened to say, well, hey, we're going to show you pictures of the Earth every day. After 43 years, all of a sudden in 2015, after flat Earth information goes viral, you're showing us pictures of, you have a website created to show us pictures of the Earth every day now. That's a direct response to the flat Earth. If you don't believe that, something's wrong with you. Even Obama and all of them said this is the first picture. I mean, it's the information's in there. There was one picture, official picture of the Earth in 43 years. You don't think that's strange at all? You guys don't think that's strange? Not one bit. That it took 43 years for them to release any more images of the Earth, and now all of a sudden there's images after the flat Earth information goes viral. Well, come on, you guys gotta put on your thinking caps. But anyways, back to the mainstream media responding to flat Earth. That's not it. It's not just the pictures that NASA set up. There's more, way more. They are putting out space news every day now. Before, when I had heard this flat Earth stuff, there was no daily news about space. I witnessed this myself. The desperate attempt to discuss space every single day. It's desperate. You guys, they're talking about Pluto. They have the most highest resolution pictures now of Pluto. They're talking about gravitational waves. They're talking about Planet X. They're just having random footage of astronauts. They're showing random footage of astronauts. They're showing, remember that movie about Mars with Matt Damon? Well, they're doing movies. They're Star Wars, anything space. And then the funny thing about that Mars movie with Matt Damon is that right around that same time, NASA was talking every day about how they're gonna send people to Mars. Come on, how much obvious does this get to you? I mean, this is a direct attempt to respond to flat Earth by blanketing the news with space. I mean, what, you're gonna have a movie about Mars and NASA's at the same time as talking about Mars? Come on, we got to put our thinking caps on. That, and then guess what happened to that Mars program? Oh, it's done. They decided not to go through with it. There was a part they're missing, so they postponed it for another 20 years or something. And then when that comes up, they're going to postpone it again. And then I'm also hearing they're abandoning the ISS. That's done. They're done with that. Kelly's, that there's an astronaut that he has a twin that's a politician that spent a year in space. They're showing him like every day in the news. And I guess that's done too. They're saying something like he's coming home. And guess what? Well before I knew anything about flat Earth, I already knew, because Freeman used to talk about how all the astronauts are Freemasons. I'm not sure where he got this information, but that's the word, is that all astronauts are Freemasons. And what better people to keep the secret of the real shape of the Earth but the Freemasons, who are known for keeping secrets. So you have to be a Freemason to be an astronaut. And this was new. This was information I've been hearing way before the flat Earth stuff. So now it's all making sense. And like I told you before, I tell you all the time that not everybody in NASA needs to know about the flat Earth. It's a military complex. They give their orders. The elite, the top of the food chain, they give the orders. They give the commands. If they tell them to fake something, they put them in a simulation thing and have them fake things. Well, if they're Freemasons and they're military, they're not going to question why they're faking something. They don't need to know. They're not in the know. They're just doing what they're being told to do under complete secrecy. They're given their orders and they follow through. So yeah, but the media has been blanketing us with space news on almost a daily basis now, and I watched it. It was not like that before. When I started hearing this flat Earth stuff in March, April, May of last year, of 2015, there was not news about space every day. Now there is. They're talking about anything space. I mean, meteors. They're talking anything, any chance they get. They're talking about space. They said just the other day, they said space decided to abandon the name Jesus. They're not allowed to say the name Jesus anymore. Anybody in NASA, something like that. But yet, and the reason I found that funny is because, hey, that's fine and everything, separation of church and state, but then the problem I have is that why is all their missions and space programs named after pagan gods then, and pagan entities and pagan gods? So why is that okay for them to use all these pagan names, but you can't say Jesus? That just seemed a little strange. There's just news every day though about space. They're showing themselves floating around, playing ping pong with water, droplets of water. They're doing everything space in your face. And the movies are coming out about space. They're blanketing the media with space, outer space, just to keep the masses. That's their strategy. That's their pushback. Because flat Earth is going viral. You look at the data, flat Earth is going viral. So this is definitely a response. All the news that you're hearing about space every day, that's their response to flat Earth, people. So I don't know what the next response is, but let's outsmart them. I mean, do not be fooled by this blanket of media about outer space. So I don't know what's going to happen next, but I'm seeing some definite action by the mainstream media and NASA. Some definite, well, not action, it's a reaction. I'm seeing a definite reaction to all the flat Earth proofs coming out. The globe is busted. They can't fight this because the information is too strong. Too much proofs. There's more proofs about the Earth not being a globe now than there is proofs about the Earth being a globe at this point. So whether you believe it's flat or not, just look at the evidence. The evidence debunked the globe already. So there's pretty much, at this point, flat Earth is winning as far as proof is concerned. That flat earthers discovered that we're not on a globe. So whatever it is, it's not, wherever we're living, it's not a globe as we've been told our whole lives. And they're desperately, the mainstream media and NASA is desperately trying to keep you in that box. I need you guys to continue to comment on people like Dabu7's YouTube page. Any conspiracy YouTuber that is trying to ignore this, just keep it in their face. Keep flooding their comment sections with flat earth. Anytime you see anything about space, just keep flooding the comment sections with flat earth news and flat earth facts and flat earth proofs. And be careful about leaving links in your initial comment, because those can be seeded out as spam and nobody will ever see it. So try to make sure at least your first comment does not have a link in it. But continue to flood these, especially these conspiracy people like Alex Jones and them. And Alex Jones and, like I said, Freeman, Dabu7, a lot of them, they're trying to, they have so much invested in this outer space stuff that they are having a hard time with this flat earth truth, because they're committed. They've been committed for so long to outer space and the Big Bang heliocentric Masonic sun worshipping Big Bang theory lie. They invested so much into this lie, the biggest lie ever told. So they invested so much into that outer space stuff that they are having a real hard time coming around. And we're gonna, it'd be nice to have them on our team, because I'm starting to not. Now when I see space, it's just like, you guys still believe in that? It's like, come on, this is the biggest conspiracy ever. It's like, forget everything else you're talking about right now. I think don't forget about everything you're talking about, but I'm just saying, like, you're just ignoring the elephant in the room, though, is what kind of gets me upset. It's like, you're just going to completely ignore the elephant in the room, which is flat earth. And so make sure whenever you see anything about space, just to continue to comment. Make some comments about the flat earth. You keep waking people up. Let's make this place a better place. Get everybody, this can change the world once we realize that we're not just some random accident mistake floating around in the middle of nowhere, but we're actually in a created place, an intelligently designed place. That's what they've been keeping from you, so that they can have control over you. Because how much control can they have over you when everybody starts to realize that we're all in a place that was designed for us? How are they going to have control over you as much? I think that's probably what they're concerned about. How can they have control over humanity with us knowing that we were not some big mistake. We're not on just some accident ball floating in outer space. This has been another episode of Feed Your Mind. Thank you for tuning in. Signing off. It's not something that people actually realize. It's something that you realize only if you're told to look for, basically. Like, the majority of people don't realize that these pictures are fake. You have to look it up yourself. So you had one picture out of all the moon trips. You had one picture up until last year, 2015. See, the mainstream media and NASA has all responded to flat Earth. So, welcome to Feed Your Mind. Today's topic will be the mainstream response to flat Earth. See, I discovered the flat Earth information back in April or May of 2015. Not sure which month it was exactly, but it was one of those months. And when I discovered it, that's a direct response to the flat Earth. If you don't believe that, something's wrong with you. Even Obama and all of them said this is the first picture. I mean, it's the information isn't there. There was one picture, official picture of the Earth in 43 years. You don't think that's strange at all? You guys don't think that's strange? Not one bit. That it took 43 years for them to release any more images of them. NASA responded last year by after the flat Earth information went viral. NASA all of a sudden happened to say, well, hey, we're going to show you pictures of the Earth every day. After 43 years, all of a sudden in 2015, after flat Earth information goes viral, you're showing us pictures of, you have a website created to show us pictures of the Earth every day now. At the time, there was only one picture of the Earth. One sunlit picture of the Earth. The other pictures of the Earth were, if you do any research, were admitted to be composite images and a collection of satellite data all put together into a globe Earth. So it wasn't a real picture. I mean, most people don't even realize that, because